Right now, while you're watching this video, your body is doing something extraordinary. Your heart is beating about once every second, pumping blood through nearly 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Your lungs are exchanging oxygen with the precision of a machine engineered over millions of years. Your immune system is quietly neutralizing thousands of microscopic threats trying to invade your body. You have more bacterial cells in your body than human cells. Technically speaking, you are more bacteria than human. Right now, while you eat, while you sleep, while you shake someone's hand and tell them it's nice to meet them. Your skin sheds roughly 30,000 dead cells every hour. A significant portion of the dust inside your home? That's you. Past versions of yourself floating through the air, settling onto furniture, being inhaled by the people you care about. The human body is one of the most sophisticated biological systems ever produced by 4 billion years of evolution. It is also, if we're being completely honest about it, absolutely horrifying. Nobody just bothered to mention that part. Let's begin with the identity crisis. You think you're a person, a single, unified organism with a stable sense of self and continuous consciousness. Pause. Not exactly. You're an ecosystem. The average human body contains roughly 38 trillion bacterial cells. Meanwhile, you only have around 30 trillion human cells. The bacteria are winning numerically, and they've been winning since the moment you were born. They live in your gut, on your skin, inside your mouth, your lungs, and your sinuses. Some species stay with you for life. Others are passed down through families across generations. You have ancestral bacteria, and these microbes don't just live inside you. They communicate with your brain. Scientists call it the gut-brain axis, a communication network between your digestive system and your nervous system through the vagus nerve. Your gut bacteria help produce neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, GABA, chemicals directly involved in mood regulation, anxiety, motivation, and emotional stability. Meaning, and I want to phrase this carefully, the bacteria living inside your digestive tract may be influencing how you feel right now. Your mood, your stress, your emotional state, managed in part by organisms that are not technically you. And then there are the mites. Tiny 8-legged creatures called Demodex mites live inside your hair follicles and eyelashes. Almost every adult human on Earth has them. And here's the detail that feels deeply unnecessary. They don't have an anus. For their entire lives, they store waste inside their tiny bodies. Then when they die on your face, they release everything all at once. You're welcome. Don't panic. They're mostly harmless. They feed on oils and dead skin around your pores. Technically, they're helping. They are also microscopic spider relatives living in your eyelashes and exploding waste onto your skin upon death. So, there's that. Now let's talk about your immune system. Your immune system is incredible. It is also wildly aggressive. Every second of every day, your body is conducting surveillance operations so advanced, they make modern intelligence agencies look underfunded. White blood cells patrol your bloodstream constantly, searching for anything that doesn't belong. Viruses, bacteria, parasites, abnormal cells, potential cancers. Anything unfamiliar gets flagged. And if the immune system decides something is dangerous, things escalate quickly. Inflammation, that swelling, redness, heat, and pain you feel when injured, is essentially your immune system declaring a biological emergency. Blood vessels widen, cells flood the area. Chemical signals trigger an all-hands-on-deck response. The goal is protection. The experience feels terrible. But here's where things become concerning. Your immune system occasionally gets confused. And when it gets confused, it gets really confused. Autoimmune diseases happen when your body mistakes healthy tissue for an enemy invasion. Meaning your immune system, the thing specifically designed to protect you, accidentally declares war on you. In some cases, it attacks joints. In others, nerves, skin, organs, even parts of the brain. Your body has an army, and sometimes that army develops catastrophic identification problems. But even that's not the strangest thing your immune system does, because every single day, thousands of cells inside your body quietly become dangerous, potentially cancerous. And most of the time, your immune system simply deletes them before you ever notice. Right now, while you're sitting there, your body is likely identifying damaged or abnormal cells and eliminating them without informing you. Your body has an internal assassination program. You just don't get status updates. Which brings us to a slightly uncomfortable fact. Cancer is not something entirely external that suddenly appears. Cancerous mutations happen surprisingly often. The terrifying part isn't that mutations occur. The terrifying part is how many disasters your body prevents without asking for credit. You are surviving countless invisible catastrophes every day. You just never hear about the ones that didn't happen. You trust your senses. You probably shouldn't. Your brain does not experience reality directly. It reconstructs reality constantly. Vision, for example, feels seamless, but your eyes have blind spots, literal holes in your visual field where the optic nerve exits the retina. You are technically missing information all the time. Your brain just fills the gaps in automatically, and it does this so smoothly that you never notice. Reality, as you experience it, is partially edited by your brain, without consent. Memory gets even stranger. Most people think memories work like video recordings. You store events, replay them later. Simple. Not even close. Every time you remember something, your brain reconstructs the memory. And in reconstructing it, it slightly changes it, meaning memories are editable. Every recall subtly rewrites the original file. Over time, details shift. Conversations change. Confidence stays high. Accuracy does not. This is why eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. People can be absolutely certain they remember something and still be completely wrong. Your brain values coherence more than accuracy. A good story beats precise details surprisingly often. And here's the unsettling part. Your consciousness is delayed. Studies suggest your brain processes sensory information fractions of a second before you're consciously aware of it, meaning your decisions may begin before you experience deciding. You feel in control. Science is less confident. Your brain is running processes behind the curtain. You're mostly getting the highlight reel. The human body feels durable. You survive childhood. You survive illnesses. You recover from injuries. You start assuming the system is stable. It is not. You are, biologically speaking, held together by an astonishing amount of improvisation. Take your spine, an engineering miracle, also an absolute design compromise. Your ancestors evolved walking on 4 limbs. Then, relatively recently in evolutionary terms, humans decided standing upright was the move. The problem? The spine was never fully redesigned for this. It was adapted, quickly, like turning an old warehouse into luxury apartments and hoping nobody notices the plumbing situation, which is why lower back pain is one of the most common medical complaints on Earth. Your body is basically running modified software on ancient hardware. And knees? Knees are barely holding it together. The human knee balances flexibility and stability in a way that works impressively well, until it suddenly doesn't. Tiny ligaments, cartilage that wears down over time, a structure carrying the entire weight of your body while somehow tolerating running, jumping, twisting, and questionable athletic decisions. Then there's childbirth, and evolution really deserves difficult questions here. Human babies have unusually large brains. Humans also evolved narrower pelvises to support upright walking. These 2 design choices are, how do I put this delicately? In direct conflict, which means childbirth in humans is dramatically more dangerous and complicated than in most mammals. Nature looked at this contradiction and essentially said, we'll just make it extremely stressful for everyone involved. And let's not ignore teeth. Your wisdom teeth are evolutionary leftovers. Many people simply do not have enough room in their jaw for them, so the body grows extra teeth anyway. Sometimes sideways, sometimes painfully, sometimes requiring surgery to remove. Your body occasionally manufactures problems as a bonus feature. Evolution does not optimize. It improvises. Good enough beats perfect every time. You are not elegantly engineered. You are a survival prototype that happened to work. Mostly. Here's a strangely comforting nightmare. You are constantly dying. Not metaphorically, literally. Right now, millions of cells in your body are dying. On purpose. Your body has a process called apoptosis, programmed cell death. Cells receive instructions to self-destruct when damaged, unnecessary, or potentially dangerous. And they obey. No drama, no resistance. They quietly dismantle themselves and get recycled. This is good, very good. Without apoptosis, damaged cells accumulate, tumors form, systems fail. Your body survives because parts of it are constantly sacrificing themselves. You are a civilization maintained through endless microscopic replacement. The lining of your stomach, replaced every few days. Skin cells, constantly shed. Blood cells, replaced regularly. Even parts of your skeleton are continuously broken down and rebuilt. In roughly 10 years, much of the material making up your body has been replaced, which raises a mildly existential question. If so much of you has changed, what exactly stayed the same? Your body is less like a statue and more like a city, always rebuilding, always replacing, always changing. The version of you from 10 years ago is, biologically speaking, mostly gone. And yet somehow you're still here, which is either beautiful or deeply unsettling, possibly both. You probably think of yourself as solid, muscles, bones, organs, a physical thing moving through space. But underneath all of that, you are electricity. Your nervous system operates through electrical impulses moving through neurons at speeds of up to 270 miles per hour. Every movement, every thought, every memory, every emotion. Electric signals, chemical reactions, tiny bursts of activity moving through biological wiring. Your brain alone contains roughly 86 billion neurons, each neuron forming thousands of connections. The number of possible pathways is so large that scientists still struggle to fully understand how consciousness emerges from it. And yet, this unbelievably complex electrical network can be dramatically altered by something as simple as sleep deprivation. Miss enough sleep and your memory weakens. Your emotions destabilize, your reaction time drops. Your immune system performs worse. Reality itself starts feeling strange, meaning the most sophisticated organ in known existence becomes significantly worse at functioning because you stayed awake watching videos until 3 a.m. Remarkable design. And then there are hormones, chemical messengers quietly influencing your decisions while pretending not to exist. Stress hormones, sex hormones, hunger hormones, sleep hormones. You think you're making calm, rational decisions. Meanwhile, your body is quietly running chemistry experiments in the background. Hungry? You become more impulsive. Sleep deprived? More emotionally reactive. Stressed, yeah. Narrower thinking? Faster emotional responses. Meaning some percentage of what you call your personality is simply biochemical weather. You are not always the same person. Sometimes you're just dehydrated, or tired, or hormonally negotiating with reality. And this becomes deeply uncomfortable when you realize how fragile consciousness really is. A tiny chemical imbalance, a lack of oxygen, a fever, a minor injury to the wrong area of the brain. And suddenly memory changes, personality changes, perception changes. The thing you think of as you turns out to be disturbingly dependent on maintenance. You are astonishingly sophisticated. You are also unbelievably fragile. Both things are true. Aging feels gradual because your body is very good at hiding what's actually happening. But biologically, maintenance is getting harder. DNA damage accumulates. Cells become less efficient. Repair systems slow down. Proteins misfold. Telomeres, protective caps on chromosomes, shorten over time. Your body spends your entire life fighting entropy, and entropy remains undefeated. The terrifying part isn't that aging happens. The terrifying part is how hard your body fights it before finally losing. For decades, your organs compensate, muscles adapt, bones remodel. The brain reroutes functions around damage. You lose cells constantly without noticing. Your body covers for itself, until eventually it can't quite compensate as efficiently anymore. Vision changes, recovery slows, sleep changes, energy changes. It's not one dramatic collapse. It's gradual negotiations, small compromises accumulating quietly over time. Which sounds depressing, except for this. The fact that the system works at all is borderline miraculous. you are the result of billions of years of organisms surviving long enough to reproduce. An unbroken biological chain stretching back to the first life on Earth. Against impossible odds, you happened. Your body is horrifying and extraordinary. Fragile and resilient, messy and absurdly sophisticated. It is simultaneously one of the greatest achievements of evolution, and a machine held together with biological duct tape. So what have we learned? You are covered in microscopic organisms. Your memories are unreliable. Your immune system occasionally attacks the wrong target. Your body quietly destroys and replaces itself every day. Your brain edits reality without asking permission. And your entire sense of self depends on an electrical and chemical balancing act that is somehow functioning well enough for you to complain about your Wi-Fi. The human body is weird, much weirder than most of us realize. But maybe that's the point. Because the more you understand how strange, fragile, and complicated being alive actually is, the more miraculous it starts to feel that any of this works at all. You're not a perfectly engineered machine. You're a statistical miracle running on organized chaos. And somehow, against all odds, you're still here. That's pretty incredible. If this video made you profoundly uncomfortable, excellent. The one on the right explains why your brain is secretly sabotaging your decisions every day. The one on the left goes even deeper into the weird biological things your body is doing without permission. Subscribe if you'd like to continue being gently disturbed by science on a regular basis.